where's the consequences? There really isn't any, is there? So, NXT Spring Breaking Night 2 happened. And of course, Triple H couldn't help himself but to break the rules of his draft almost immediately. How funny is it that we sat through 2 nights of the WWE draft and then all of a sudden, rules are broken, people are just turning up on NXT with little to no consequences. And I know people are going to say, well, Patrick, if you've listened to the rules, they said that the draft isn't in full effect until after Backlash, so they're allowed to appear on NXT, man. No. Even when the draft is completely in full lock, people will still be turning up on NXT. It's a joke. You got Chelsea Green going to NXT making demands that she deserves a title shot. Like, for Roxanne's title. Like, what on earth have you done to deserve a title shot, Chelsea? What have you done to deserve a title shot? Like, seriously. It blows my mind how WWE just get away with all this. But because, oh, it's not Vince McMahon running things. You know what's funny? When Vince McMahon actually demoted someone to NXT, you know they actually stayed in NXT? Finn Balor comes to mind, and Mandy Rose comes to mind. When he actually sent people to NXT, they would actually stay there. Like, did you see Finn Balor or Mandy Rose still rocking up on Raw or SmackDown and still wrestling on the main roster while still working in NXT? No. No, they weren't. When they were sent to NXT, they actually stayed in NXT. Wow! What a concept! Moving someone to NXT and they actually stay there? Oh my god, I can't believe that! Dana Brooke, when she got sent to NXT, she actually stayed there? Despite that she was drafted to Raw, still made no sense. But she stayed in NXT? Like, seriously, why is it so hard? If you're gonna demote someone to NXT, just actually put them there? We just had the draft yesterday. If you're gonna put people on NXT, you may as well just make Ava Raine. You should may as well give Ava Raine some options to draft people. Good freaking Lord! It blows my mind. This gives me a headache. It gives me a headache. What has Ivar done to deserve a shot at Obafemi? What did AOP do to get a title shot against Nathan Fraser and Axiom? What happened to earning title shots? What happened to earning things? It's like Triple H and Shawn Michaels are like the Candyman. Just giving out title shots to everyone. Like giving out a piece of candy to all the wrestlers that give them title opportunities. You get a title opportunity. 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 It's like you're passing around title opportunities like a kid at a goddamn candy store. Can we actually have people actually earn title shots, please? Like AJ Styles did. He earned his shot against Cody Rhodes. Jey Uso earned his shot against Damian Priest. But nah, in the land of NXT, you can just turn up on NXT, ask for a title match, and you will indeed get one. Because there are no consequences. It's not like Ava Raine is going to call security and say, hey, get Final Testament out of my show. They don't work here. or call security to get Chelsea Green or Ivar. This is why I hate what WWE does nowadays. Because there's just no consequences to anything. Ava can just let anyone turn up on her show and she'll just welcome them with open arms. Hi, welcome to my show. Even though you're not supposed to be here, but you know what? Welcome. It's a complete and utter joke. It renders the draft pointless. And I know it's not in full effect yet, but wait until it is in full effect. I guarantee you, Me Chin, Chelsea Green, Final Testament, Ivar, New Catch Republic, and all these other people will still turn up on NXT with little to no consequences. I guarantee you, they'll still be there. They'll still be walking around in NXT locker rooms. And then you have no excuses. The draft will be in full effect by then. It's a complete joke. It just renders the draft pointless. It renders the draft pointless. It makes the brand split pointless. Just end it. Just end it, Triple H. Just end the brand split, for God's sake. If you can't stay consistent, if you can't keep people on their show, just end the draft. Just end the brand split. Just say no more brand split. Anyone can appear anywhere they want and there's no consequences. Then you won't need GMs. You can get rid of Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, Ava. They don't need to be there. What's the point of general managers? The general manager's job is to keep their show safe. So then that way, outside intruders don't show up on their other show. I remember in 2016 when the draft got restarted. And Brock Lesnar was in a feud with Randy Orton. I remember when Randy Orton turned up on Raw and RKO'd Brock Lesnar. You want to know what happened? Security ran down to try and get Randy Orton out of there, but Randy Orton went through the crowd. And then Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon told off Randy Orton, told him off. That you can't just go to another show. You can't just go to another show. Simple. It's that simple. It's that goddamn simple. It's that freaking simple, man. Why can't there be consequences? There's no consequences anymore. People can just turn up wherever they want. Ava won't question it. Look, if you want superstars on NXT, fine. If you want superstars to turn up on NXT, fine. Just give Ava Raine the right to draft some people. We just had the draft yesterday. What's the point of not giving NXT any options to take some people? Because it renders the whole thing pointless. It renders everything pointless. There's no consequences. None of that. You can just turn up on any show you want and the GMs won't say a thing. The GMs won't say a goddamn thing. They won't call security. They won't be fearing for their lives. Like Tony Khan was when CM Punk was doing his thing. They won't be fearing for their lives. They won't call security. They'll be okay with it. If you really want these brands to feel like they're in competition with each other, then start establishing rules. It's getting to the point where I'm getting so sick of it. I'm getting so darn sick of it. I hate repeating myself. I really do. I hate repeating myself, and I hate when people just do not see the bigger picture. And why the hell is Natalya main eventing an NXT show in the year 2024? It's supposed to be a new era, and Natalya is in the main event of a show? What a way to make your NXT superstars feel less important by having Natalya main event a show, and then you got Shayna Baszler turning up, supporting Lola Vice. So much for the draft. Everything is pointless. Natalya can show up on NXT with no consequences. Shayna can appear on NXT with no consequences. Chelsea can be there with no consequences. Ivar can be there with no consequences. Final Testament can just get a title shot and appear on NXT with no consequences. There is no consequences in the land of WWE. Just a slap on the wrist. Actually, there's not even a slap on the wrist. Actually, there won't even be a slap on the wrist. They'll just be okay with it. It's pointless. It renders the draft pointless. Just end it. End the brand split. End it. If you can't do a brand split correctly, just end it. And then they had Roxanne Perez. This thing actually really annoyed me, by the way. This actually annoyed me, and there's a reason why this annoys me. And I'm actually glad they actually had Ava explain it. But the thing that annoyed me the most is that we've been told that the NXT superstars were told this during the draft. And then Roxanne Perez is like crying to Ava, "Why was I not drafted? How was I not drafted?" And then Ava's like, "Well, Roxanne, you're a champion. And if you listened, champions are protected. You're a champion, so that's why Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce didn't draft you." Now, that's news to me. I'm glad they actually did confirm that the NXT champions are protected, which is what I assumed was the case. Why they had Ilya Dragunov lose the championship by the rules that all champions are protected. I am glad they counted the NXT champions as protected, even though they never showed them on the damn graphic. Now, you can make an argument and say, well, Roxanne just thought main roster champions were protected. But still, that annoys me a lot because it makes Roxanne look like a complete dumbass. It makes her look like a complete dumbass that she sat there for 2 days! Through 2 nights of a draft, she sat there through 2 nights of a draft, not realizing why she got drafted, and only started complaining when the rules were directly told her on the last 2 nights of a draft that the rules said that champions can't be drafted, and she still complained about it anyway. When the rules were clearly shown in front of her. It makes her look stupid. It makes her look completely and utter stupid. But again, there's no consequences. Like, Ava can just bring anyone she wants to fight Roxanne just to shut her up. This is all gonna lead into Ava finally snapping and having enough of Roxanne's BS to where she's gonna bring in Julia. She's gonna sign Julia to an NXT contract to have a fight against Roxanne, and Julia is gonna take the title from Roxanne. And then Roxanne will just be allowed on the main roster. Because there's no consequences. She can just turn up there whenever she wants to when she loses the title. No consequences. None. In my opinion, Roxanne should only go to the main roster unless Ava puts her up for a trade. Ava puts her up for a trade. Either Adam and Nick Aldis agree to send one of their superstars in exchange for Roxanne. That's how they should get Roxanne on the main roster. But nah, she'll just turn up. She'll just turn up there. Or they'll do the same thing they did with Bron Breakker. They'll make her a free agent. And then they'll try and get one of the GMs to sign her. Which will render the whole thing pointless, because look what happened to Bron Breakker. But all I'm saying is, there's no consequences. And they need to start making consequences. You can't just have people showing up on you can't just have people turning up on different shows and not getting any consequences. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick and tired of this main roster people can just go to NXT bullshit. I'm so sick of it. I really am. I'm here to watch the NXT superstars. I'm not here to watch Ivar. If I want to watch Ivar, I'd rather watch him on Mondays. I don't want to watch Chelsea Green. I don't want to watch Natalia. I don't want to watch the Final Testament. I want to watch the NXT wrestlers. That's what I come to see. I don't need to see Shayna and all these other people. I see enough of them on Mondays and Fridays, whatever show they're on now. I see enough of them on the main roster. I'm here to watch the superstars that are on the NXT brand. What's the point of just having a brand split if you're just going to let anyone show up whenever they want? Triple H, you stupid, bald man. Start making consequences. And stop letting everyone appear on any show they want. Because it renders the draft pointless. And it makes everyone look, and it just makes your audience confused. It just confuses your audience. It confuses your audience. That's all it does. It just confuses your audience. I'm just sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. I got sick of it after Becky Lynch and Dominic Mysterio won the NXT belts. And then they took them to the main roster and they were prancing around with it. Like it was no big issue. Like it wasn't a big issue. Yeah, like Ava Raine and Shawn Michaels are just going to be okay with it. That was the other thing that made me so mad about this. It made it look like Ava Raine was just okay with them walking around with it. That was the other thing that made me so mad. Is that Ava Raine was just okay with it. No, you can walk around with my belt with no consequences. It's not like I'm going to do anything about it. I hurt my teeth. I hurt my teeth doing that. But it just renders the whole thing pointless. No consequences. The GMs, Ava, Shawn Michaels, no, they're not going to do a damn thing. Start making consequences, please. I've had enough of this. Either treat your rosters like an actual brand split, or just end it completely. Because at this point, I'm getting very, very fed up with it.